And in your world, what you've done is you've kind of broken the model, which is one of the things that we like. And instead of all of the capitalism remaining at the publisher level, you're in essence bringing that back down to the designer. Is that fair?
Yeah, we are empowering developers to be more sustainable long term by not taking away their rev share IP rights. Instead, they're paying us upfront, which that means we have no risk going in. Whereas a traditional publisher will invest tens to hundreds of millions of dollars into something, which creates tremendous risk. And then naturally they own the IP, they take 50% or more of the rev share, they take 100% of the recoup until they recover whatever it is, which means a developer doesn't see a dime, they go out of business, and they've been going out of business. So we are creating a more sustainable environment where we can be that partner and coming up with different ways to partner with these developers and other publishers, because other publishers are hiring us now as well to outsource their publishing. In fact, that is our main focus area now is other publishers that are looking to improve their margins and reduce their overhead and headcount by working with somebody like us, where they can operate way more flexibly in this really dynamic environment.
So what would make a publisher that's been highly successful in the field find a need to outsource to you? What are you doing for them that they can't do themselves?
Well, the simplest one is we can save a publisher 50% or more on their operations by doing it. And naturally, the market factors in the moment are everyone's margins are reducing. It is highly risky to put out a game. The more you invest, obviously, the more risk associated with it. And so just the risk profiles become so high, they're trying to, reduce risk by reducing, any fixed costs and improving some of their margins. And so our ability to be flexible and be able to guarantee that we can save them on their operations by just working with us allows us to be a great partner and great option for them.
So walk me through kind of the method of how the entire system works. So I'm a developer, I design a game. I come to you for infrastructure, support, marketing, distribution, things of that nature. And up front, I'm going to pay you basically some form of consulting fee. I mean, is that correct? And that consulting fee is ongoing. If the game becomes popular, where does Midwest Games play in the long-term viability or revenue share versus the developer?
So the great thing about once a thing becomes viable post-launch, so once it gets to launch, it succeeds. Any game that succeeds in a big way has a long tail, which means they need continual support. So we end up staying on over the long span. Most games, it's the second, third, fourth iteration of the game, it blows up into something much larger, allowing us to create a long-term partnership with these folks, where as much as we don't necessarily see the back end on some of these deals, we receive the back end because they keep hiring us, and we helped enable them to even do that. And so we become their key partner to provide those key publishing services, and they ultimately lean on us over time to be able to do that and continue to do that. And then as we look going forward, as we create some of these strategic partnerships, and we've already experienced it, some of these partners might not be able to afford the full fee or have a lot of traction in market, where we are able to offer them either the fee on the back end with interest, which ups our ability to get back end costs and opportunity, but also rev share. We suddenly can take smaller percentages of rev share, and some of the mix can happen where we get maybe a half the normal retainer, but then we add in a little bit of rev share, so we get a little bit of upside. Or even an agreement that we have with a group where we get a significant amount of rev share that can actually grow over time. So traditionally, developers used to get bonuses based on how well their game did.
Right.
So it was on the developer end, which is really odd because the publisher was really more in control on the success
on getting
of
it out and making sure it works and everything
else.
And
so in a way, we've reversed this, where we go, okay, well, what if we do well with your game in promoting it? We should get a higher rev share percentage over time, which they're fine with. Like if we can start low and say, but we can get to this point, which maybe still isn't at the level of the traditional publisher, but we're also reducing our risk because we're not investing a ton of money in, yet we can still see that and earn more over time by proving out our results, which we should be doing anyways.